Your weight situation or being overweight or your physical is expressing the problem or the issue that is coming from the inside, from our mind, from our psychological side, from our identity, from us as a human being rooted within us. Let's go. You are incredible. Your body has a purpose. Your life has a purpose. You were designed to live the best life possible. You know, I was pondering on this idea of how many people have a desire. They have a certain thing that they want to achieve, and they put in the work, they put in the time, they put in the effort, they try a lot of things, and they're working hard at it, but then they realize that what they were chasing, they don't end up achieving. They fall short of it. And this is the same thing that happens when we're talking about health and fitness. So let's go inside the studio and let's have this conversation. Mic check. Mic sound okay? Camera 1 good? Camera 2 good? All right, here we go. Hey there, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode, a brand new week. It is Thursday, and you are tuned in to listen. You're Not Defeated, and I'm your host, David Hernandez. I want to just say thank you. Every week is a brand new week that we can connect, and I just want you to know that I am grateful for your life. When I first put together this podcast, I was in this idea of what will come of it? Will people tune in? Will it impact? Because one of the main things that I love to do as a coach, as a mentor, and as a speaker is to bring value to people's lives. I love value. Not only value, but also tie in the how-to or the instruction piece that can help you live the life that you desire. So with that, every week, I bring a topic with the purpose of inspiring you and bringing hope so that you can live a better life. A life that is not defeated, a life that is taking you progressing towards the life that you truly desire in achieving all the things that you've dreamt of. Look, as kids, we grow up dreaming. And as we get older, a lot of times those dreams start to die out. Why? We shouldn't have to let them die. And that is the purpose of this show, to inspire, to bring hope. So thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button so you can tune in to more episodes. You can also click the bell to get notifications every week of new episodes. And if you're watching us on your favorite podcast station, rate it, follow. That way you can connect and get all the information of our upcoming episodes. Have you ever been on a road trip? I think we all have. And road trips are awesome. But in that, there are also things that can randomly come up. Good experiences, bad experiences, surprises. And don't even get me started if you have kids, right? It's a never-ending surprise and fiasco of things that can happen. But in that, what if in that road trip, you had to go 500 miles to get to your destination? But what if in your route to that destination, you ended up going the wrong direction? After you get to those 500 miles, you realize, dang, I went south instead of north. You still traveled those 500 miles. You put in the work, right? You had your foot on the gas pedal or were driving on cruise control. You were alert. You were paying attention. You were watching for all the cars on the road, right? You were making sure you didn't get into accidents. But when you get to that destination, you realize, I drove the 500 miles, but I didn't get to the destination that I wanted to get to. You had to endure maybe some tiredness. You had to endure maybe some fatigue. You put in the energy to drive those 500 miles, but yet you fell short of your destination. And this is very similar to the idea that I proposed at the very beginning of this show. And in that, it is the exact same thing that I find that many people are doing in their health and fitness journey when they're trying to release weight, or also known as losing weight. Many people find themselves putting in the work. They're doing those 500 miles. They're going to the gym. Maybe they are looking for next pill. They're taking supplements, right? They are investigating for new research. They're trying the next new diet. Maybe they've tried keto. Maybe they've tried the paleo diet. Maybe they've tried the carnivore diet. Maybe they've tried so many things and they put in the work. They tried this thing. They tried that thing. They go from this thing to the next thing. They try the next new influencer workout. They even research on medical things that they can try and do physically to change their appearance, because they realize, I am not the way I want to look. I am not the way I want to feel. Physically, I don't like the way I look. And many of them in this place try many things, but yet they fall short of getting to the destination that they wanted, which is looking good, having your clothes fit good, having energy, having a good mood, being confident in how you look and feel, being able to look in the mirror and love yourself and be completely happy and satisfied with the way you look, be able to be the best mother, the best father, being able to be the best employee or best business owner. But even in the midst of doing all that, trying to achieve that, they fall short of it. And through my years, my 15 plus years of in the industry, I keep coming back to this question and I keep pondering this idea. Why is it? I don't know if it's happened to you. Maybe today you can identify with this and you're one of those that I've tried for many years to release the weight. You've tried many diets. You've tried many pills, many supplements, many shakes. You've tried many different programs. You've got on Weight Watchers. You've got on Jenny Craig. You've got on different other programs out there. You tried many of the fad diets. You read books. You did research. You tried this. You tried that. But yet you still find yourself that you're not fully there. You're not working at your best. You're not functioning at your best. You're not at your optimal level that you would like to be. And you're not satisfied with life. And why is that? You see, I shared this story many times of how I lost my childhood best friend at the age of 21 to obesity. I, with him, would do many of those things. We'd go to the gym together. I'd teach him about how to eat healthier, right? I'd talk to him about different strategies and techniques that he could do on his own. And he tried many things for years. And he would get frustrated because it seemed like no matter what he tried to do, the outcome never happened. He never achieved it. And so at the age of 21, he got so obese and so desperate to get the weight off that he went to get a gastric bypass surgery. 2 days later, he got an infection and he died. And for many of those months after I got the news, I was hurting. But I would ask myself, why? Why did this happen? What is the real reason here? He tried this, he tried that. Why wasn't he getting results? Why wasn't he able to release the weight? Why wasn't he able to get healthy? Why wasn't he able to feel good about himself and get confidence and live the life that he desired? Why? And maybe today you might be asking this question. Maybe you've asked this question for years. And it can get frustrating at times. Like imagine driving 500 miles to get to your vacation spot, but yet realize that I drove the distance, but I didn't get to my destination. I have not gotten to that vacation spot. It's frustrating. There's a lot of emotions that can come out of that. You might be angry, you might be sick and tired of it. And many times, most people that have done that, you drive 500 miles to that destination and you don't get there, you might say like, screw it, forget it. No more vacation. We're just going to find something here. We're going to settle for whatever we can find in this destination that we've got to. And they end up just going through that experience, not living the vacation that they had planned for. Not living the life that they have planned for. And there's many that are doing the same thing right now. They've tried so many things, but they've not got to that destination and they end up saying, you know what? Screw it. Let's just be complacent with what we have. We're okay. We didn't get to the vacation spot. Okay, I didn't get to my desired outcome. I didn't get to the desired weight that I've always wanted to be. I didn't get to the desired physique that I've always wanted to have. I didn't get to the look that I desired. I'm not performing at the level that I'd like to, but okay, at least I'm here. I've lost 30 pounds, but I've gained back 35. Fine. I've lost 20 pounds and maybe I've gained 10 back. All right, I guess that's it. And they end up just living this life that is just complacent to what they're able to achieve in that. Living the vacation that you did not plan. Living the life that you did not plan. Living in the body that you did not desire to live in. Dealing with the energy levels that you did not desire to have or want to have. And that is not the purpose. That is not the destiny that you were created to live. That is not what you were intended to live. So what is the issue? What is the reason that many people aren't able to achieve that? It's really simple. Focusing on the wrong things. We're doing the wrong things. We're going the wrong direction. They're not focusing on the real cause, the issue that is bringing you to this place in the first place. It's not the fact that you didn't have the car to drive. It's not the fact that you didn't have the gas to get to your destination. It wasn't that you didn't have the desire to get there, the want to get there, the drive to get there. You weren't able to put in, that you weren't willing to put in the time to drive those 500 miles. It was the fact that you followed the wrong direction. The GPS was wrong. You followed the wrong thing to get you to your destination. And many people today are focusing on the wrong things to get them to their destination or desired life. So what is that? Focusing on the exterior. Focusing on things that will fix the exterior. Because here's the reality. Weight loss or being overweight or being unhealthy or being obesity isn't an external problem. It is an internal problem. It is an internal conflict. It is an internal circumstance. It is an internal situation that is causing you to be in this place in the first place. So if we are focusing on trying to fix the external, that is all we're going to do. We are going to keep trying to fix the external. We're going to be chasing after trying to fix the external, but we're never going to fully get to the desired outcome that we want because it is not an external physical problem. It is an internal psychological problem. And when I say problem, I'm not saying you have a problem. It is an psychological issue. It is an identity issue. So let me give you another example. Let's say you're on your computer and you get this error message that pops up. And you see, there's a problem. Computer's not working. So you say, all right, let's change the screen. So you change the screen thinking you're going to fix the problem. You go back to test it. It's still not working. It still keeps giving you that error message. So you might say, okay, the screen is defective. Let's change it again. And it doesn't matter how many times you try to fix what looks to be the problem. What today might look to be the problem in the sense of, yes, my physicality isn't the way I'd like it to be, so there's a problem there, right? Your weight when you go on a scale is physically showing you there's a problem. So it seems like, yes, there is a problem here. And there is. But it doesn't matter how many times you change that screen, it is not going to solve the problem. It doesn't matter how many times you try to solve the physical, the problem that you visually see, it is not going to fully change the problem. It might look different. The screen might look a little bit better, but it still has the error message. Because it's not a screen issue. It is an internal processor issue, an internal physical issue with that computer. That if we do not address the root of what is causing that problem, if we do not address the main situation that caused that error message to pop up, that error message is never going to change. And this is no different when we're talking about our body. We cannot fight or we cannot try to solve an external problem by trying to fix the external problem. That seems a bit weird, right? I mean, if there's a problem on the external, let's fix the external. Let's look at a car. If the car on the external is rusted and it's bad, well, the rightful mind would say, well, let's fix the external part of this. Let's put some bonding on it, let's sand it, let's paint it, and it'll be good. But that's not how we solve our overweight situation or our unhealthy situation or our obese situation. Because it's an internal problem. It's an internal processor issue. It is an internal struggle. It is an internal root problem that is causing the exterior to reflect that there is an issue, with the same way that that screen is reflecting to us, giving us the warning sign. It is informing us there is a problem. Your weight situation or being overweight or your physical is expressing the problem or the issue that is coming from the inside, from our mind, from our psychological side, from our identity, from us as a human being rooted within us. That is why if we try to fight this battle, if we try to deal with our unhealthiness, our overweight struggle, our obesity struggle, and wanting to lose weight, burn fat by focusing on targeting the external with a pill, with a supplement, even with surgery. Let's go to the doctor. Let's see a surgeon. Have them just shave this off, right? Let's get liposuction. Let's get a gastric bypass surgery. Let's get the surgery that staples my stomach, that reduces the size of my stomach. Let's go in there. Let's cut it all up. Let's make it better. You know how many stories of people have come out and spoken admitting that it was the worst decision they could have made because it did not solve their issue? We've all seen it on TV. We've seen those stories. We've seen those shows. They get the surgery, a couple months later, a year later, they end up gaining it all over again, even though they went to change the physical problem. They cut it up. They took fat off. They reduced their stomach size. They did so many things physically. But it did not solve the issue. Why? Because it is a rooted problem here in our processor, in our brain, in our mindset, in our identity, in what makes us who we are. That is why it's about understanding that to solve a weight issue, to be able to release the weight, to lose the weight, to burn the fat, to change my health, to change my lifestyle, to change everything about me, it starts by focusing and working on the inside of me. Changing who I am, changing my identity, changing my process of thinking, changing my formation that has been created and has brought me to where I'm at today. Because through your course of development, how you've been created or how you've been shaped through this process of growth and of becoming older is how you've been shaped to become who you are today. So it's about focusing on changing you as a person. Changing your relationship with food, which is the root cause of what is bringing you to the lifestyle that you have today. Changing your process and the belief in how you're thinking and how you're viewing food and how you're viewing self, in how you operate and function through your habits, through the doing, through the life that you're living, in what you are doing in your life. Focusing on the root, on the situation that is causing me to be in this place in the first place. Identity. Focusing on you. Being vulnerable and identifying, I struggle in this area. I've talked about our relationship with food. I've talked about how we were raised in our childhood is going to dictate how we become and who we are today. And how food was presented to us, and how we have a relationship with food, right? And how we've been even presented in what activity is, physical activity is, in what we give priorities to in life, and how to deal with our emotions. All of these things are what impact your choices. All of these things are what impact the lifestyle that you are living today. That is why we're now starting to see, I've been teaching this for many, many years from the very beginning when I started to understand this and get the revelation of this piece. That was really missing because many people know about diets, about nutrition. Many people go to the gym and work out for hours. Many people do all those things, but nothing seems to change for many. Why? Because, again, those things are not what bring the total, complete lifestyle change. That's why now we're seeing companies like Noom talking about psychological. It's a psychological situation. It's a psychological issue. It's a psychological struggle. That is why when we start to work on self, we start to work on us, we start to change our processor, focus on our psychological side of life, our identity. We focus on changing ourselves, identifying the root cause of what is bringing me here in the first place, looking at what things am I doing that are causing me to stay stuck in this place, being able to understand how to change those elements, how to change those components is what will start to change your physical outward reflection that is telling you there is a problem. And then we can start to live the life that we desire. So as I come to a close on today's episode, look, I just want you to ponder. And I want to propose some thoughts here. Look at, have I been focusing on the wrong things? Have I been trying to fight my physical expression that is telling me there's a problem with the physical? Have I been looking for a quick fix? Have I just been looking to do more things, thinking that if I do more things or I try more things, it's gonna fix my situation? If you've been doing that, well, today I challenge you to start looking inwardly and start looking at, what is it about me? My identity, my psychological, how am I viewing food? Who am I? Because the moment we start focusing on the inside is how we can start making the proper adjustments to get the proper things changed to achieve the life that you fully desire. If today you find yourself identified with this, you might say, yeah, this is me. I've been struggling with being overweight. I've been struggling to release this weight. I've been struggling to burn fat, and I am not achieving the outcome that I want. Well, I want to personally invite you to my 2-day conference, First Leap to Better Health. I'm going to be talking about how to master your eating habits. We're going to be identifying the root things, the root problems that are causing you to be in the situation that you're in the first place. We're going to be talking about why you keep repeating these things even though you don't want to do them. We're going to be identifying what are the main struggles, the main issues that are making you be stuck in the life that you are living. We're going to be talking about emotional eating. We're going to be talking about stress eating. We're going to be talking about the issues, the main root problems that are causing us to be either overweight, unhealthy, maybe dealing with obesity, dealing with complications that are not allowing you to live your best life. So I want to invite you, visit firstleaptobetterhealth.com. You'll see it right here on the bottom. firstleaptobetterhealth.com for all the details to register. I'm going to be live in Winter Haven, Florida, and I'm also going to be do it virtually so you can connect with us online from anywhere. Doesn't matter what state you're in, what country you're in, you can tune in and master your eating habits. Look, I want to support you. I want to encourage you. I want to bring hope to you. And I want to give you the proper tools and insight that you need to make the changes once and for all, to release the stubborn weight for good, to give up destructive habits, to change your eating habits, and to start living the life that you desire. So again, visit firstleaptobetterhealth.com for more information and to register. And I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. You are tuned in to Listen, You're Not Defeated. I'm your host, David Hernandez. If you would like to connect with me, you want to follow me and stay in tune with what I'm doing with all my events and just how we can stay in touch, visit my social media platforms at Dave K. Hernandez. That's the same handle for all social media outlets, at Dave K. Hernandez, or let's have a conversation. I love to connect. I want to know you. How can I serve you? How can I support you? Visit my website, davidhernandez.co. That is davidhernandez.co. You'll find it here at the bottom. Connect with me, and I hope to support you in any way that I can. So thank you so much again for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. If you're watching us on your favorite podcast station, make sure to follow it so you can get all the updates of our upcoming upcoming episodes so that we can stay connected. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you're not defeated. You are incredible, and I will see you on the next episode. God bless and be safe. Peace.